Hi, it's Nicole, and we're back with another Run Disney video. So we're going to be going over today everything that I like to bring in my Run Disney bag. Now, this bag serves two different purposes. Number one, it's the, Nicole, you forget this every single time you go on a Run Disney trip, and you forget all these things and you wish that you had them, so we pre-pack them. But it is also the same bag that goes out to all of my travelers. So a lot of the times I will help people plan their vacations around Run Disney weekends, and when they do go, they receive one of these little runner bags. Everything in here are just probably just some of my favorite things that I love to use while I'm down there, or just things where I'm like, yeah, I'm absolutely going to forget this. So this is kind of my necessities bag. So there's that. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first and number one thing is I love getting these little clear bags just so I can see like what's inside of them so I don't forget anything, and it's just easier to see. That's just me. So let's kind of go through them. The first thing that I have in here are extra safety pins. The Expo does a great job of giving you safety pins, except the little bag that they give them to you I'm not even joking, it's probably like an inch and a half by an inch and a half. It is a tiny little bag, and when you are going through the Expo, when you're going through like the purchasing of all the merch and everything, that bag gets lost. I've lost it countless times, and instead of like going to the start line and searching for bobby pins, I'm just going to get one of the bigger bags and stick a ton of safety pins in there. I feel like I've been saving bobby pins. Why is that in my mind now? If I've said bobby pins, I mean safety pins. A bag of safety pins. My gosh, Nicole. Okay, the next important thing that I like to bring is I bring them for myself, but I also like to send them with travelers. It's the I'm celebrating buttons. So sometimes you'll be staying at a resort, and I have a list of great resorts that do just absolutely phenomenal runner celebration activities. But if your resort for some reason doesn't have one of those, just because it's the type of resort that you want to be staying at, or you're staying off property, I always like to include the I'm celebrating buttons so that you can go just grab a permanent marker and put what you're celebrating, whether it's the weekend, whether it's the finishing the 5K, 10K, half, marathon, dopey challenge, everything and all in between. I just like bringing them because you never know. You never know. And everyone and their mother, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, and dad are trying to grab these. So there's that. The next thing is hand sanitizer. I love hand sanitizer. I go through these all the time. So I just like to do a little thing of hand sanitizer. My favorite ones are the ones that clip onto the bags. So if I bring like a backpack or a fanny pack, sometimes I'll just like clip it on there. So hand sanitizer, absolutely. And now these are going to be kind of your optional items of what I like to bring. And I like to include a couple of other things, but I just don't have them in here yet because I haven't packed them. So we'll go over those and those once we're done. But it is fuel. I am a huge advocate for fueling on the run or on the race course. And a couple of different ways that I do this. Number one, it's going to be either your pre or post drink, and it's using liquid IV, so I just include a couple little liquid IV packets. But another really good one, it is the Market Pantry, which I want to say it's just the Target brand. Wow, the Target brand. It's a Market Pantry. Blue raspberry is just my favorite one. Sugar-free drink mix. I like it because it's sugar-free and it doesn't give me that headache. But it does give me that extra boost of caffeine and energy while we're on the course. So there's that. When it comes to eating, one of my favorite things to eat is going to be goo. It sounds disgusting, and in the grand scheme of things, it is. But it's also delicious at the same time. So I like to bring little goo packets. I have a chocolate and a vanilla one. Think of this. Do you remember when you were in, I don't know, well, I still eat Lunchables, but like the pizza Lunchable, and you had the dessert one? That's what this reminds me of. It's like that same consistency. Sign me up. Absolutely love it. So goo is definitely one of them. A couple of other great energy supplements, I guess you could, I don't even want to call it supplements, like energy or things to kind of eat on the course. One's going to be sport beans. They look like little jelly beans. They basically are jelly beans. Biggest tip with that is sometimes they're not in resealable packets. So if you're going to eat them all at the same time. It comes in the same little like containers like what Skittles and M&Ms when you go trick-or-treating for. So they're little, which is nice. But then there's a couple of other like gummy options. And then there's this Stinger waffle. It looks like one of those waffles that you would put on top of coffee. And I'm pretty sure that that's what you do with it. But people will just be gnawing down these like honey waffles on the course. To each their own. Not me. No. I like my Mickey shaped waffles. That's it. So anyway, so that's those kinds of things. Other things that I highly recommend putting in your bag, I just haven't replenished it from the Disneyland one that we had this past time, is I love to bring Tide sticks with me because Lord knows, I spill on myself. So I like to bring Tide sticks with me. I also like to bring fuel rods. I like to put that in here, even though that's just kind of a staple when I go, especially doing Run Disney. I run with a fanny pack, so I like to have a fuel rod on there just in case I forget to plug in my phone the night before, because that is happening more often than not. So I like to bring fuel rods, chapstick, Band-Aids, a little thing of like BioFreeze that you can get at the convenience store. So, but that is what is in my Run Disney bag. That's what I love to bring. This is also, like I said, what all of my runners get as well. So if you are one of my travelers and my runners for a Run Disney weekend, in your welcome packet, your welcome to Disney, that goes, you'll get it about 2 weeks before you head out. This will be in there for you as well. So there is that. So that is what I bring in my Run Disney bag. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If there's anything that I forget in there, definitely let me know. I would love to know what you are bringing in yours as well. Just because, you know what, sharing is caring, and I'm also very nosy. So I like to see what other people bring as well. So anyways, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you out on the course. Bye.